Now it's time to remove the rear of the car. Now this is actually multiple components, so I'm going to remove the tires just so it's easier to see. It's just a 7mm driver. Again, hold the tires so that the wheel doesn't spin. And then this comes off. And we have these hexes here. Now these hexes are a little different, don't worry about them. But if you notice this, it's multiple parts. So you have that part, this main part here in the chassis, and then this one right here. So you may be able, I don't know if the camera will catch those lines right in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over, remove these 4 screws, and then this plate should come off. And then I'll flip it over again and work the other ones. And do keep track of your screws. Now, the SR10 is actually an inexpensive way to get into the hobby, and they are very, very durable vehicles, especially for RTRs. I'm going to say this is one of the better RTRs that are out in the market currently, especially for the price. And I'm saying this just because I have seen how this car has been driven by my friend. So do follow my friend on Instagram, the owner of this car. He has a lot of really cool reels on his Instagram. You can follow him at Rod's Reels RCs. Here we go. So that's the 4 screws. So this will come out. There's something else that I need to remove maybe on the other side. Right, I'm going to remove this later. It's probably these 2 screws that are holding it. But at least now I would be able to slide this once I remove the top screws. Now, let me go ahead and disconnect the motor. One of the things to note about the motor is there is an A, B, and C. So the way the motor is, this one goes to the far end, middle to middle, right here, and then this one goes to the inside. If you were to connect them backwards, this is sensorless. It'll just run backwards, and you're gonna have to flip the wires. Here we go. So let's go ahead and remove this one. And I'll be honest, I don't remember if I need to remove the 4 screws from the shock tower. I think we do, but maybe not, but we will see. And I will tell you which ones shortly before I even try removing this. All right. All right, there are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For the rear 2, go behind the shock tower with your driver. For the front 2, you go here. And those are the screws I was referring to. I do have to remove them. All right, here we go. I'm just using my pinky to hold the screw as I loosen. Actually, I think it's ready. I'll just pull it out. Yep. Here we go. If I just flip and let go, there's one. And all right, it's just the rear screw that you need to remove of the shock tower. Do not remove the front one. Will pop out, and that is it. So this is the chassis. Now we've already worked on everything up here. I still have no news from my friend about what to do regarding the ESC, because it's a different type of compound. At first I thought it was just thermo grease, but this is more of a silicone based, it's like a thermo adhesive that goes here. Well, we'll put this off to the side. Maybe he'll go with the Mamba Monster X or something massive. That's his style. All right, here we go. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and start the removal of this back here. So I'll remove these two. Now the bumper may look very light, but it's very flexible, which is what you want for a bumper. You want it to absorb impact. This is it. So now that I remove this, this actually releases the entire thing. Here we go. And, oh, that's a lot of dirt. I'll have to clean that after. But this will slide forward, so the pins actually attach to this. So I did not need to remove this, but the pins in here, if you look at that portion there, pins attached to this lower plate, and that's what's making the plate stick. Let me go ahead and remove. I'm going to remove these two screws back here. I'm beginning to think this is one piece. I'm also analyzing everything, just making sure nothing's broken. I don't think anything's broken. We'll find out. This thing has seen air like you wouldn't believe. But as I mentioned in previous videos, the bodies are surprisingly strong for these models. There's also a body coming out from Proline for this car that fits this car. It's a Ford Pinto, which is really cool. It's a 70s Ford Pinto. Let's see. So if I remove this, so this is the rear. Now, quick little note. See this little cutout? This goes up, and this flatter side goes down. Go ahead and put that there. And yeah, the pins are going out. All right, so this D-block screws onto this and holds everything down. The pins are just gonna come out with this block. That's where you're gonna remove this little section here. And this C-block, there's a screw right in here. That's how you separate this from this little section. And that looks too small to be a 2mm. It is too small to be a 2mm. Let me go ahead and grab my 1.5. And I'm just gonna remove it and then place these off to the side just to show you. And here we go. So that's your C block. Right, it's just A, B, C, D in order from front to rear. So we will go ahead and just lay this on top. But those are the top portions. If you need to remove anything or replace them, that's how you would access them. But this is it. Now everything is almost coming apart now. And oh, this is filthy. Great, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove one side. Let's go ahead and remove the right side. So if we work on one side, you know how to do the other. So for this, you will need a 5.5mm driver. And the shock tower may be in the way. You can actually squeeze this right in there, so that works. I really don't want to remove it. I think I said shock tower, I meant body mount. Here we go, so we'll leave that on. And now the shock comes out. Don't forget about this little cap. To remove this screw, there's another nut in here, so just remove that nut, use your driver, stick it in there, and then just put a 2mm driver here, go left on each, right? Well, left this way and left this way, so they're going to go opposite directions. And that's how you remove this screw. I will not be removing it in this video. Now, this is what's going to happen. You're going to end up with this type of mess. Now, the link, if you needed to replace this, it would just pop off there. If you needed to replace this, it would pop off here. The side with the line, this is a reverse thread, so this is a left-handed thread. This side over here is a right-handed thread. I'm going to leave it on. I'm just going to go here, twist, this will pop off. Now I am going to do a little more work on this side on another video, but I am not going to disassemble a lot of this. But just for the shock tower, if you needed to remove this shock tower, you remove these two screws. These two screws will release this whole section right over here that attaches to the transmission and the body mount. You have to remove these two. These go to the shocks. And then down here, we had to remove the rear screws to take this whole thing off. But you have these front screws. Once these front screws are removed, this will come off. And here we have the arm. Now we've removed the rear end. I'm going to work with the arm and everything else on the next video. Now, if you watch the video of the front end removal where I work on the shock, the front shocks, rear shocks are the same. You would just remove this clip here, compress the spring, take this off. Well, remove that guy first. Remove the spacer, compress the spring, remove this little cap on the bottom, spring comes out, take the cap off. There's an E-clip, dump the oil out first, pop the E-clip out, remove the piston, there's another E-clip, remove that, shaft is going to go down. Or get shock pliers or a rag and regular pliers, hold onto the rod and then just remove this by going left, the link at the bottom, and then this will actually pop out the top. When reassembling it, make sure that you put the E-clips on and then drop it in and then do the link at the end. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not, comment below, and we'll continue disassembling this on the next video.
What? Oh, my hair! My arm! My rod!